Hey budgeteers, if you're already on a budget, that's great. If you're not, be sure that you're on a budget before you start putting money into different accounts, such as investing accounts. However, in this series right here, I want to reach out to all of you that are new or beginners in stock investing. In this course, we're going to talk about how to start, where to begin, what kind of mindset you need to be in, and then talk about the tools and resources that you'll need to trade stock and also to research and find the best options for you. So, we'll talk about the first principle of stock investing in this video, and then you can keep coming and we'll learn a lot more. The first principle of stock investing is the most important mindset that you need to get into. So I have a question for you. What is your risk tolerance? You can leave it in the comments below if you want, because I would love to know what kind of investor you are. Now, you don't have to leave it anywhere public like that. You can just think about it to yourself, but I am curious. There are three main types of investors. You have low risk tolerance, medium risk tolerance, and a really high risk tolerance of style of investing. Now, if you're low risk tolerance, that would basically mean that you want to make sure that your money is as safe as possible. You're terrified of losing any money, and you would rather just keep it under your mattress than accidentally make some money if there was any chance of even losing a few cents or $10 or whatever it might be. If that's you, you're a low risk tolerance person. Now, that doesn't mean you can't invest in the stock market or invest in general, but you may take different options and different strategies than people that are higher in risk tolerance. The next level is a medium risk tolerance. If you're medium risk tolerance, that means that you like some of that riskiness. You're okay to lose some money, but you want to make sure that you're generally in a good position to keep that money. If you absolutely need it, you could pull it out and have most of it readily available for you. Now, if you're a high risk tolerance person, that means that you are kind of throwing it out there, rolling the dice. You don't care if you lose a lot of money to try to make a lot of money. You would rather put it all on the line and see if you can become the next millionaire versus being safe about what you're doing. Now, that's okay too. There's honestly nothing wrong with that, but I would ask you, how comfortable really are you losing that money? For some of us, if we've been putting it away for a long time or even just a short period of time, and we've got a pile of money that's been stocked up in our savings account, and we've got our emergency savings in place, but we have extra now, and we think to ourselves, you know what? I would rather make a lot of money than have this extra money laying around. And if I lost all that money, it's not the end of the world to me because I think that I could get it back or I could do something to get it back. Maybe you are high risk tolerance, but maybe you're on the low end and you want to make sure that it is as safe as possible. So that's the first step of stock investing right there. You need to choose. So take a moment and think about it. And it doesn't matter where you fall on that spectrum. You don't have to match me. You don't have to match your friends. You don't have to match somebody who's out there trying to make millions investing in the stock market. Find what's comfortable for you. If you're interested in stock investing, then this is great. Now, if you're just looking for a good, decent return, but you want your money absolutely safe, and you're as low comes on the risk tolerance scale, I would recommend looking into certificates of deposit or CDs at banks, or money market accounts, or other options. They're pretty low on the interest rate earnings, maybe 1% to 2%, depending on how long you're willing to leave your money with a bank. Whereas stock markets historically have returned much higher than that, there is some chance for some growth. But do note that anytime you put your money in the stock market, you are putting it at risk. No matter what stocks you're investing in, no matter how safe you think you're going at it, there's always a chance that you could lose that money. Now, there are good stocks out there that will say they're called blue chip or the best out there. They're pretty safe to invest in. They're companies like Google or Microsoft. They've been around for a very long time. They're very big. They have good earnings and they are pretty solid. You probably have a good bet there that they're on the rise or that they're doing at least the same as they were yesterday as they are today. And so there's a lot less risk there. Now, you've got your startup companies that are coming right into the world. One of those that I watched bounce up and fall and kind of bounce up again was the old Krispy Kreme donuts. If you've got one near you, then you're lucky, because I watched a whole bunch of them shut down as they started to kind of peak, and now they're coming back. They're on the rise again. It was a lot of risk there. I watched the stock tank, and I watched it come down all the way from way up there to $2, and now it's back up, and they're doing just fine again. But somebody had to take that roller coaster and follow that risk, because it was a much smaller company and more of a fad at the moment than it was an actual ongoing, long processed business. Now, they've definitely changed their strategy and they're doing much better now, but these are just some examples. And I'm not giving any stock advice. I'm not saying that they're a great company to invest in, and I'm not saying Google and Microsoft are a safe bet either. There's always risk in the market. So from this video, I hope your takeaway is, think about your risk tolerance. Decide where you lie on that scale. And then as we go on into the next videos, I'm going to talk about the tools and the things that we use to invest in the stock market. And based on your risk tolerance, I'll let you know where you may want to turn or look, and it'll be slightly different for each level of risk tolerance. For me personally, I sit at both a medium and a high risk level. I have a set amount of money that I am extremely high risk with. And then I have a bigger sum of money that I'm more of a medium risk level with. And the reason for that for me is that I realize that the more risk, the more return. You've probably heard that before. The reason is because if you take a way safe bet, then it's not likely to pay out as much, because everybody's betting on the same bet. But if you take something that's more risky, then there's a higher chance that you are the winner over everyone else. And the stock market's weird, because there really are winners and there really are losers in some scenarios, where other people have invested in to raise the price, and then those who were smart will sell out. The stock prices will drop, and that person just made a lot of money, and the people left in lost out on a lot of money. Take the right bets, make the right choices, and you'll do great. But there is risk there. Now, a lot of this information that I'm going to give you, we're going to talk about where you can go to buy stock, where you can go to research stock, and then we're going to talk about, and I'll show you some examples of stocks that I'm picking, things that I'm looking at, and we'll talk all about how that will work, and then we'll talk about types of investing as well. So I believe that we'll start there after this video. We'll talk about kind of more strategy next, and then tools, and then we'll go in and do actual examples and look at it. I've got some great information for you, and I hope that you'll join me in future videos, because this course right here will take you all the way through. I'm not selling anything. There's no programs or things that I'm going to tell you that you need to buy in order to watch and day trade. If you're looking for that kind of information, you'll want to look elsewhere. This is true, simplified purchasing of stock, mutual funds, things like that you will find right here. And this is just I'm absolutely not selling anything as I talk about these strategies and tools that you can use. Now, I may tell you to sign up for different things. I won't get any commission for any of those that I'm referring you to, none that I know of anyways, because I honestly just think that these are great tools to use. So I hope that you'll join me next time, budgeteers, as we start to take some of that money that we've been saving in our budget every month and decide that our emergency fund is full. It's now time to learn the basics of investing. I'll see you next time, budgeteers. For watching, I'm extremely glad to have you here. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them down below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up. For more awesome videos, make sure you are subscribed.